All right. Good evening, everyone. We're here at Oldcastle Theater for, let me give you your mic, Jana. There we are.
Oh, I get to talk this time.
You get to talk this time.
Nice.
So we are here for opening night number 2.
Opening night number two. Yep.
Moonlight and Magnolias.
Yeah.
Very, I think, a funny play I've heard.
Yes, it's going to be very funny.
And probably not something you think would be funny about the making of Gone with the Wind.
Well, I mean, the whole basis is that the screenwriter never read the book. He has
Interesting.
5
Okay.
days to write the screen,
Yep.
and he's never read the book.
So what better way to find out how it happens by acting the whole book out?
Yes, and what better way than having like Victor Fleming, who
Yes.
directed Wizard of Oz.
Yes, big-time director.
David O. Selznick, big-time producer.
See, that's the last one I couldn't remember the name. David L. Selznick.
David L. Selznick.
Okay. Victor Fleming.
Yes.
And Ben Hecht, the
Ben Hecht.
famous screenwriter.
Famous, yes. I mean, he did the basis of His Girl Friday, which
Mm-hmm.
of course is Front Page News, which I think is still playing on Broadway right now.
Oh, very
With John
cool.
Goodman, yeah. it's supposed
Excellent.
to- yeah.
Excellent. So, unfortunately, we are missing our main lead tonight for our show here, Willie Jones. He is.
Hi, Willie.
Hi,
Sorry you're not
Willie.
here.
He is under the weather, unfortunately, so we're trudging on without him. So, if it's not as fun or entertaining, I do apologize.
Hey.
But anyway, so little information. Well, for you, for my sake, I mean,
Okay,
for
all right,
mine,
all right.
you're fine. You're
All
fine.
right.
You're fine. So, little information on Moonlight and Magnolias here.
Right, yes.
The director, of course, is our Mr. Eric Peterson.
Eric Peterson is our director. Yep.
Our own Rick Howe is the set designer,
Yeah.
so should be very good.
Oh,
I saw
wait
him
till you
doing
see
finishing
the set.
touches today.
Yeah, this set is amazing.
Did he not have the thought to say, I will do some extra painting this morning? And
yeah.
made more lines
and actually,
on the floor.
I believe we're also doing extra staining this afternoon.
Excellent.
All this great stuff, yeah.
So, and lighting design is, of course, by Mr. David Groupé.
Yeah, David Groupé.
Corey Wheat is sound again.
Yep.
Costume designer Ursula McCarthy.
Yes.
And my cousin assisting her, Miss Kristen Marcoux.
Yep.
And
And Jen-
props.
Jen and both of them are
props.
here,
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Props, Christine
Yep.
Decker and Jen Marcoux.
Yes.
And Gary Allan Poe, again, stage managing. He's
Gary Allan
he's
Poe,
around
yes.
here. So
The great Gary Allan Poe.
that's true.
Yeah.
And so what's your role with this one? Anything big this time for this?
My
Or-
big contribution
Big
to
contribution?
this play was they live on bananas and peanuts.
That's what they love. On
And-
set.
on set.
Okay.
And so we had to order bags of shelled in. So you can guess what the staff was all doing. We were
Peanuts
breaking
and
open the
bananas.
shells of peanuts and eating them.
Excellent.
No, it really wasn't.
Tough work?
It
Tough
worked.
work.
We did it. We got it. They'll be in the show. You'll see them. You can't miss them. But it was not fun eating all of them. It really wasn't. They weren't salted.
Ooh,
it was hard. It was
Tasteless,
rough.
tasteless.
Yeah.
So, this play has 4 actors in it.
Correct.
3 are actual people being portrayed by the actors.
Right.
The 4th, which is Natalie Wilder,
Yeah.
she's playing a Miss Puppengul.
Poppengull. I call her Poppengull.
Yeah, Puppengul. It's a fictional character.
Fictional character.
So,
Well, we don't know. I mean, you never know.
well,
she
true.
might have worked.
True.
But, yeah,
And her
but-
husband is right over there, so maybe we
Yeah,
can talk to him,
yes.
but we'll see. So, we have seen a few of these people. Oh, there's Mr. Peterson.
There he is. There he is. The man.
The man
myth.
himself. Maybe we can get him in a minute. So we have seen all of these actors before.
Yes.
And last year, Paul Romero was in the Council Tramp Sweetheart.
Yes.
As the evil German man.
As the evil German council, yes. But he was very good at it.
Yes, he was.
yes.
And Natalie Wilder, we just saw in the
Fresh
remind
Hell.
me. Thank
Fresh
you.
Hell.
Yep.
Dorothy Parker's
Yep.
Life and Loves. Yep.
But I don't know when the last time I've seen Eli or well, of course Nathan was the director of 39
Steps. Eli
But
was
Eli,
in
yeah.
Tate's Folly.
Okay, right. Little back.
Little bit back,
But
yeah.
Is that his first time here at this
I
building?
think that was his first time here. Yeah, and then he
Excellent.
came back, which is always a good thing.
Right? It's always a good thing.
Yeah.
So, of course, this play is set in 1939 Hollywood.
Right.
In the offices of David L. Selznick.
Yes.
So pretty cool about that.
I mean, this is it. I mean, if they didn't do this, Gone with the Wind would have never happened.
Well, this is true.
I mean, can you believe that?
It is quite funny to think that the screenwriter or the current production for it
Right.
stunk so badly they had to bring in other people to write it.
Yeah,
in
I mean,
5
he went
days.
through. I mean, F. Scott Fitzgerald was one of the writers of the screenplay.
Which is a very
He's a great writer.
Yeah.
And he got fired.
That's
You know, so I
amazing.
mean, if you look at it, I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. And to think it is probably one of the most famous movies ever.
It really is. Everyone knows Gone with the Wind.
And if you want to watch Gone with the Wind nowadays, and
Yeah.
you think, oh, it's so old and stuff, it's on Amazon Prime. I looked, I saw it, and it is 3 hours and 53 minutes.
Yeah, and
So-
but you know what? It's still a great movie. I mean,
Yes.
if you're going to be like tucked up in your bed, Willie,
Right.
if you're home, watch
Yes.
Gone with the Wind.
Gone
It's
with the
perfect.
Wind. There you go.
time for
Perfect.
this.
Perfect. But yes, so is the play same length as the movie?
No.
Thank goodness, right? Yeah, we'd be here
Not
till
only that, but there's an intermission, so you get to get up
11.
and leave for a few minutes, and then come back. So yeah, no.
Excellent. So how long is the play for
It's
people
about
out there?
2 hours.
About 2 hours with intermission?
With
or?
a 15-minute intermission.
Oh, okay, good.
So you know,
so you're out by 9:30 or so.
about 9:30 or so. Of course,
Excellent.
tonight.
Tonight is
The party
open.
happens.
Yes, the party. We have the Ravioli Man is back.
Actually, no. It's,
not.
It's
Okay.
the Tap House. Cat 'em up.
Tap House is here tonight.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, Tap
And of
House.
course, we have our Wunderbar.
And the new Wunderbar
Yes.
for Oldcastle. So yes, that is German for wonderful, but
we
it
do
is
know that.
wonderful bar.
Yeah.
Beer and wine and snacks.
Yes.
Looks like so
Yes.
excellent. So people can now enjoy a little beverage before
Exactly,
as
yeah. I mean,
people
we
are
got
mingling
tables
here.
set up.
Yep.
We have this whole atmosphere happening.
Excellent,
So when
excellent.
you come see a play, you can really kind of enjoy yourself and relax, and it'll be great.
Ooh, excellent. Well, where is Mr. Peters? Oh, maybe he's over there. See if
There
we
he
can
is, yeah.
wrangle him.
Oh, Eric.
Mr. Peterson, you want to come talk? I know it's a tough gig. I did get your emails.
I'm gonna hand
I
this over to
responded
you.
back to you.
Thank you, Mike.
Did
You're
you answer my
welcome.
emails?
I did answer your emails.
Oh,
Yes.
well,
yes.
I really look forward to seeing your
Yes,
answers.
yes,
Now I
yes.
can't wait.
So
Could I go and check out
you
my
can go
email?
check.
Hello,
So-
Mike. It's good to have you here again.
Good to
Thank
see
you for coming.
Unfortunately, Willie is under the weather tonight, so he couldn't be here. So
Oh,
you're
too
stuck
bad.
with me.
Too bad.
So talk to about. You're the director of this play.
I am.
So maybe talk to us about your process for this. You had a great little open house preview last week,
Which you came to.
which I came to. It's
Got
very
to
cool.
meet some of the actors, all
Yep.
of the actors, I guess, and to talk about the play, which is it's a very interesting story. I tell people if you're a film buff or you just like to laugh, this is a great play for you. But we have had a great deal of fun doing research on this play. There are three, in their fields, very famous people. David O. Selznick, the producer who produced Gone with the Wind. Victor Fleming, who directed Gone with the Wind, also directed The Wizard of Oz. And Ben Hecht, who was one of the many scriptwriters, and it's pretty much largely his script that is used. And the story is, and it's all based on truth.
Truth.
Which is unusual these days. Mr. Selznick did not like the script of Gone with the Wind. They had been in production for 3 weeks, and so he wanted a new script, and he also didn't like the way George Cukor, who was a great director,
Right.
was directing it.
Okay.
So he fired him.
Both screenwriter and the director.
Well, there had actually been 15 screenwriters, including Scott Fitzgerald.
Wow. Okay.
So
That's a
he
lot.
brought in Ben Hecht, and in a week they created a new script. And how they did that is a hilarious tale. And we actually found out during the rehearsals of this that someone else has written a play with this same basic story, which you can do. It's a true story, so it's in the public domain,
Right. Okay.
so to speak.
So not Moonlight Magnolia, but something else.
Something else.
Interesting.
And this play is as well written as any comedy I have done in the last, 25 years, and that's a lot
that's
of
where there was-
that's a lot of
for you,
comedies.
yes,
It's
that's
a lot
true.
of comedies.
That's a lot of comedy.
And this is beautifully written by a writer I frankly didn't know. I knew some of the films he had written, but he's Irish-born, lives in England and part-time in California. He's written 19 plays, and I'm going to look up all 18 of his other plays because this
one
one
was
is
just that good.
This one is that good.
Is he just comedy, or do you not?
No,
is he
no,
sprinkled
all over
throughout?
the map.
Wow, cool. That's
All over
very
the
good
map.
if you can be all over the map.
Absolutely. Well,
some
for a
people
writer,
just
you
stick
work a
to-
lot more, or director.
Right, you just
which
stick
is
to
one of the
comedy.
incredible things about Victor Fleming, the director. And he was a studio director under contract with the studio, and he went literally from Wizard of Oz, which he had 2 more weeks on, they pulled him off it, to Gone with the Wind, a very different kind of movie.
Right.
His fame was based initially on Test Pilot with Clark Gable, who he almost created the character that Gable played time and time and time again. in the movies, but those are three very different movies.
Oh, absolutely, and in the same year practically.
Practically,
Yeah, it's a good big year for him. You know, Wizard of Oz
1939. How would you
and
like to
Gone
have a
with the
year
Wind.
like that? Wizard of Oz had Gone with the Wind.
I think that would be
not
it.
a bad year for anybody.
Yeah.
No, not at
So,
all bad.
we should know the actors in here are not meant to look like Victor Fleming or.
Well, we
any
talked
of them.
about this, and one of the things that we have going for us is, do you know what Ben Heck looked like?
I really don't know.
Or Victor Fleming?
I could go on Wikipedia.
Or
but
David
that's it.
Selznick?
No, I don't. No.
No. If they were playing Clark Gable and Vivian Leigh and
True.
Olivia de Havilland
Right.
and Leslie Howard, that would be, you'd have to try and find lookalikes.
Right.
But with the public not knowing what these three guys look like, we don't have to worry about it.
might
There's
get
also a fourth character who is Selznick's secretary, who's Natalie Wilder, who's a wonderful actress. It's a funny role. She's worked with us many times. She just did the Dorothy Parker
Yes.
Fresh Hell play with
Fresh
us.
Hell, okay.
And she's wonderful in
And
this.
she's the only character that is
Fictional,
as we were
yes.
just discussing with Jenna.
Yes. The other three are real people.
Real
People.
Okay.
And it tells their story.
Yeah.
And you get quite a bit of background about that. You remember from class exposition.
Exposition.
This
yes,
writer is
yes.
exceedingly good about exposition. If you don't know, exposition is what the audience needs to know, the information they need to know to follow the story. And he gets it in very cleverly. And you come out knowing a lot more about movie making, how scripts were written, how films were directed, and about Gone with the Wind than
And
you went
I'll be
in with.
honest, I have not watched Gone with the Wind all the way through. I have watched portions probably, but never sat down and said, let's go.
Well, you know, for so many decades, it was a cultural milestone.
Right.
And I don't, younger people such as you and probably 10 or so years older, I don't think know the movie real well.
I mean, I know it because of being going
You
to
know
film
of it,
school.
yes.
But we would still research it today at film. You know, some of those shots are probably brilliant. The lighting, how they did it back then is just incredible compared to today.
You'll be interested. Victor Fleming invented a couple of film pieces, equipment that he used in filmmaking that's talked about in this
Interesting. Yeah,
in this
'cause,
play.
you know,
So another thing to look for. And Ben Heck was a great writer. He started as a journalist. He wrote plays. He wrote The Front Page with Charles MacArthur. He wrote 20th Century, which was a huge hit several times on Broadway and in the movies, and wrote movie after movie after movie. He wrote a lot of poetry. He published a lot of novels, some autobiographies, and so was one of the most popular writers from about 1920 until sometime in the 60s.
Wow, that's a
And
good
had
long career.
and worked for a long time.
Excellent. That's good. So, anything else? Anything on the
I've told
set?
you
We got a
everything.
little on the set.
The set is fantastic.
Yeah, I
Richard
know-
Howe has designed the set.
I know we probably won't get to talk to him, but
And it's
maybe,
Selznick's office, and it's a magnificent, beautiful
As I
set.
saw setting up earlier, he was still adding paint to the
yes,
floor.
yes, just a short time ago. And Ursula McCarty's costumes are perfect for the period and very attractive.
They look very good.
She
yes.
created a lot of it, built the dress, so she's amazing.
So, do you foresee having more of these meet and greets before shows?
Yes,
Was
that's
it
something we want to.
successful enough? Yeah,
we'd like
yeah,
to continue to
yeah.
do.
I mean, it's great that you have a small cast for this one. 4. You're pretty small this year, right? You said you were keeping pretty small.
The next one is a few more, but yes, it's a
Not like
relative.
Big River.
Not like Big River.
30?
No.
Was that
no,
30?
it just seemed like 30.
It
Particularly
did.
when we were trying to find
100?
housing
No,
for them.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
16 plus 3 in the band.
Oh wow. Okay. No, I thought it
So
looked a lot.
It was a
bigger.
lot.
Right,
So it was
you're right.
19 people on stage.
Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I won't keep you, sir.
Well, thank you very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
You're
Always
welcome.
good.
You're welcome. So there you have it. A lot on Moonlight at Magnolias here. It is 10 after 7, so we've got about 20 minutes to curtain. So chat with you for a few more minutes, see if we can find somebody. Who wants to chat? Oh, maybe we can get Mr. Silver. Come here, Mr. Silver. Come here. I found someone. Our fellow actor. How are you, sir? You want to be live on camera here?
What are you doing?
We're live on Cat TV. So we're doing a little pre-show of Moonlight Magnolias, and we're talking afterwards with the actors. This is Mr. Dan Silver, if no one knows. We've been together with Dorset.
Yes.
We haven't been here, but
Are you coming Sunday?
yes, I am.
Okay.
Big Dorset gathering. So you were on stage for Black Comedy in a very funny short part, but very funny. I loved it. Are you excited for tonight?
6 lines and then I died.
6 lines and then you fell down.
That's it.
And a lot of those lines were repetitive, weren't they?
They were.
Yeah.
Some of them. So I actually messed up a few of them.
So you excited to see this play?
I am very excited. I don't know if you knew this, but one of the cast members and I went to college together.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Which one?
Paul Romero and I are old friends.
Oh, yes. Paul's a good guy. Yes. So you saw him last year in the Council Tramp Sweetheart then?
Of course.
Yes. He's a very good actor.
And I saw him before that in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Okay. Excellent. So you go way back then? I won't go.
least 10 years.
Okay. We'll keep it at that.
No.
So-
I graduated in 81.
Well, very good. Excellent. And is he still in like the New York area? Is that where he's from, or New Jersey? I know yes. His
And-
bio here.
I think he lives in
Garden State.
Pennsylvania
Yes.
now.
Oh, okay. Pennsylvania. Yep, there you go. Yep. Entertains throughout Pennsylvania, singing songs of the 40s and 50s. Boom.
Yes,
He's got a lot on his.
chanteuse.
Oh. Yes.
Or the chanteur, I don't know. It means singer. If you'd seen Bus
Excellent.
Stop, you would have known that.
Bus Stop. That's right. So yeah, little Dorset gathering. We'll see the new season on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Look forward to that.
Todd Gelt and myself are hosting the event this year.
Ooh, I look forward to
So
it.
it's,
4 o'clock. I'll be
bound
there.
to be,
That'll be a good one. All right. Well, good. Well, Mr. Silver, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Enjoy the show.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. All right, see if we can get anybody else here. Ooh, there's Daryl Kenny. I won't bother her, but hey, so 7:15. I'll let you guys go. We're gonna get ready for the show here. So, as they said, it's about a 2-hour show. So we'll be back about 9:30 or so, and hope to have some little Q&A with the actors and see what they thought about their opening night performances. And boom, that's it. So opening night here for Oldcastle, Moonlight and Magnolias, and the play does run through July 9th. So for more information, you can call Oldcastle 447-0564. I got it. Erica's looking at me, but I got it. So if you want more information on tickets and things like that. So we'll be back in about 2 or so hours. Enjoy. All right. So thank you for joining us. We're back here. We're live a little after 9:30, and we have just seen Moonlight and Magnolias for opening night here at Oldcastle, opening night number 2, and fabulous job by the cast and all the crew. Beautiful set. The audience thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you are a fan of Gone with the Wind or you enjoy theater, this might be a fine thing for you to see. Very funny, a lot of not so physical elements, but very funny lines and stuff. And great to see the progression of the play in terms of as they try and write the show, write the production, seeing all the bad cuts, all the paper kind of gets thrown out. You see the progression of the 5 days they're locked in this office. So very interesting, a lot of fun. So some of the actors are coming out now. I see if we can grab a few. Might have one right here, maybe, perhaps. We'll see if we can get him. Nope, he's walking by. That's all right. Ooh, what about, yes. You want to come chat with us? No? Okay. I was going to get your husband, too, but he's over there. There he is.
What kind of beverage did you want? Pinot Noir.
Ooh, so how are you, Natalie?
Hi, I'm good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So you've been with Oldcastle for quite a while.
Yes.
Doing quite a bit of things.
Yes.
You were just in Fresh Hell, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I just did Fresh Hell, The Life and Loves of Dorothy Parker.
Ooh, very good.
It was a play that Eric Peterson and I had been working on for probably about 10 years. So it was fun to finally
Great to finally have that
give it
out
a life.
there. Yes,
Exactly.
good. I heard it was a great weekend for it. So
Thank you very much.
And this was a different role, but
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed it so much. The back and forth, the quick in the beginning, and then seeing you progress with the the stress of the 5 days is quite funny.
Yes, thank
So,
you.
yes.
Yeah, I really love how they captured the patter of the way people spoke in films of that
Sure,
era, and
yeah.
the playwright really did a great job
Yes,
capturing
that's
that.
what Eric said. It's very good. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you.
Thank you
Enjoy
very
the
much.
evening. Thank you. So she was the assistant. That's Natalie Wilder. Let me grab my little handy-dandy cheat sheet here. So her character was Miss Poppengull. I'm not sure how you say it, but she was the assistant to David O. Selznick, the producer. So very funny role, very quick, snappy lines. See who else we can find here. This is good off-the-cuff stuff here. They're very busy conversing. Yes, there's a few over there. All right, good. Well, hey, we'll keep chatting here for a while. So, Moonlight Magnolias, just to remind you, opens tonight. Obviously, that's why we're here. But goes through July 9th. So, 3 weekends. So, it's the rest of this weekend. And then they have, I believe, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. And the following week, the weekend of July 7th. It closes on July 9th, Sunday, 2 p.m. will be the last show for this. And I think it's a very great production, funny production. And one, if you really enjoy history, the film industry, or books, if you read Gone with the Wind, it is very cool to see how you really get to see and feel how movies were made back in the 30s and the 40s.
Stage manager?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Talk to the stage manager. But 30s and 40s, really cool to see, you know, how the writer comes together, the director comes together, but also the producer comes together. So, you know, it's interesting. The producer has the money. The director, he puts those lights and cameras together, and the screenwriter has all the words and takes that book into a full-fledged movie. So, very good. Okay, all right.
So, you want to talk to me?
I could talk. All right, here you go. Here we go. Boom. So,
Hello, Mike.
hello.
Welcome to Oldcastle Theater.
Thank you.
And our new lobby experience.
Everyone's enjoying the food and everything.
Yes,
so that's
thank
good.
you to Catamount Glass Tap House.
Yes,
at
Tap
Catamount
House.
Glass.
So, have you seen a full? You were in rehearsal. I know you took some pictures and stuff, but have you
Right.
seen a full run through? I guess is the
No, I have
phrase.
not seen the full
Okay.
run through. Is it good?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes, I thought it was very cool from going to film school and having that perspective and seeing that. But yeah, I thought it was very funny. The actress did a good job.
I heard there's a little bit of everything for everybody.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny to see the progression of them through the 5 days.
All I know is I saw Natalie head in for the second act, and her hair was up sky high, and I'm like,
Poof.
looking good, Natalie. I don't know what
Looking
happened, but okay.
Had a little fight with a hair dryer, perhaps,
Yeah.
maybe, or something. But yes. So what else is going on with Oldcastle? We'll just talk about that. The rest of the season, maybe we'll run through that.
We have, after this, we have Mauritius,
Okay,
which
yep.
is done by Teresa Reinbeck, who lives up in Dorset.
Okay.
and-
So Eric gets a break.
Eric, well, she wrote it.
Oh, okay. That's
She
okay.
wrote it.
Okay.
She wrote it.
Okay.
Eric, I think, is directing it. He
Is he?
might not
Okay.
get a break. But yeah, Dorset is also doing one of her plays this
Okay.
summer. So it's a story about two sisters. Their
Stamps.
mother, yeah, philately.
That's the one word.
philately.
Stamps.
Philately will get you nowhere or everywhere. Philately is stamp collection.
Stamp collection. That's a fancy word. I didn't know that.
I know. So they fight
Interesting.
over these rare stamps that are left behind, and
Interesting.
it's suspense and
Suspense,
intrigue.
which you guys have not done in a while.
No.
So if you like suspense, perhaps
Yeah,
that's what
please.
you want to see.
Yeah, and then after that, what do we have? Comedy at Tenor, or
Yes.
Comedy at Tenors, which was
Is it the sequel to comedy?
Lend Me a Tenor.
Lend Me a Tenor.
Yes.
It's not on this one. It's over here. I'll get the program out here.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a sequel. It's
Sequel.
a sequel to Lend Me a Tenor. It's a
Boom.
bunch of opera singers, a
here we
lot
go.
of
A comedy of tenors. Boom.
comedy of tenors.
Boom. And then after that, you follow up with Equus.
Well, I don't know that we are going to be able to do Equus this season. I hate to break the news here. Contractually, 2 of our lead actors are bound by other things. I know it's something we were looking forward to doing.
Well, I know someone who could do like arsenic and old lace in a
Yeah,
quick
okay.
pinch.
Yeah. We could-
I have my aunt over. She was over there somewhere.
All right.
We could have Daryl. She's good.
Yeah.
So I mean, are you having a replacement play?
Yeah, we are. But
Do you
unfortunately,
know what it is yet, or you're
these
not gonna
guys,
spell
no.
it? Oh, okay.
These 2 guys got
that
roles
stinks.
that take them away. I know it
Dang.
stinks for us, for sure.
Because that's such a good play. I mean, powerful play. I
Yeah.
mean, if anyone knows, obviously Harry Potter, Dan Radcliffe played it on Broadway. It's very
intense.
intense.
It's
Yes,
very
that's
intense.
a good word. Intense.
But so,
Wow.
unfortunately, we have to.
You've given us the late breaking news.
I know.
There. Well,
I know.
yeah. All right.
Sorry
Well,
about that.
that's
Sorry
all
to
right.
break it to you. Sorry to break it to you.
Man, yes. Hey, all right. Huh?
Right.
Hey.
And then our regular season ends
Right.
in October.
We've
But
got
already
the
we're.
Christmas show.
I've got comedians coming in October from New Jersey for 2
Improv.
nights. We're doing improv. We have a magician ventriloquist coming in for 2 nights. We have.
A lot of small things coming through.
Yeah.
They
So,
keep you going through the winter time frame.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to the comedians coming up because nobody does comedy around
Right,
here,
yep.
and this group is out of New Jersey.
Cool.
It's called the Looney Bin. At first, I thought it was just a reflection of us.
Right.
But,
That's what you send me. Yes, exactly.
but no, so we're looking forward to that and the
Cool.
ventriloquist.
Excellent.
So
Excellent. Well, cool.
We're already starting to book for things.
Excellent. Well, and now with your Wunderbar.
My Wunderbar, yes, come down early before the show, have a drink.
Yeah.
And then if you want to have a drink ready for you at intermission, you can buy the drink before the intermission. We'll set it aside, so when you come out at intermission, it will be already there waiting
perfect.
for you.
Excellent.
So you
What
don't
a
have to
great
stand in
idea.
line. Yeah.
Excellent.
We're doing things all the time in
Right.
here. So if you haven't been to Oldcastle lately, you haven't been to Oldcastle, so you should come to Oldcastle. Wednesday night is our buy one get one free night.
That is the big night.
That is a big night. You get 2 tickets for $39.
So how do I say that? The following 2 weekends, you start the shows Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
Okay, just checking.
Yep. Our shows are Wednesday through Friday night, and then Thursday and Sunday matinees. Though we do have a special matinee tomorrow.
Oh, special
Opening
matinee.
weekend.
Okay, I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if Saturday was always 2 shows. Just tomorrow.
No, just opening
tomorrow.
weekend.
Okay.
So we really appreciate you coming down.
Oh,
and,
hey.
You know.
We appreciate getting the arts and theater out there. So hopefully people are enjoying that. So yeah.
And say my best to Willie. We're
Yes,
sorry we missed
Willie.
you,
Yes, Willie. Hopefully, maybe you're watching this one too.
Yeah,
Hopefully, you feel
sorry.
better, and
Please.
you'll be back for Morticious. We'll be back.
Mauritius.
I'm sorry. I'm saying it wrong.
It's okay. You have to come to the theater so you can learn how to say it.
Mauritius, so you don't say the T.
It's Mauritius.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
July 21st, anyone? So. Boom.
Thank you.
Thank you, Erica.
again.
Thank you for joining us.
Anytime.
All right. Oh, Daryl! How are you? You want to talk, see what you thought about the play? Do you mind? Cat TV? Previous board member? Oh, what are you doing way out there? Come in here. Right there. There you are. There. So, what did you think?
I loved it.
Very good?
As you know, I am still technically a member of Oldcastle.
Yes, you are.
And we did a reading of this a number of years ago, probably 10, we were still at the Art Center at that point. And it was such a funny play. And it was wonderful to see it manifest itself so beautifully. And the performances were brilliant and great fun. And
It was very well written. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
you
and-
come
and
into it.
quick
You could
and-
come into it not even seeing Gone with the Wind or read the book or anything, and you could know everything.
But it helps if you do.
Well,
and you're
absolutely.
going to want to see it after. If you haven't seen it, you're going to want to see it afterwards.
It's true. Actually, I've never really watched the whole movie myself. I feel like now I should watch the whole movie.
Would you
but
like to hear the whole thing? I think I've got it memorized.
start off? We've got, let's see, 4 hours. Yep.
Get
All
4
right.
hours?
Done. Go. But good. You enjoyed it.
Fiddle-dee-dee. All right, I have to.
You go.
plate somewhere.
You go. But thank you. I wanted to get your input. Thank you so much. Boom. Ooh, we have one of the actors right behind us, there. Right there. Use my hand. This guy right here. We have another one. Oh, right there, another one. All right, maybe we'll get them to talk. But they're chit-chatting and socializing, so we'll let them have their time. So, the rest of the season, I'll talk about that for a little bit here. So obviously, the next play, which I said really wrong, Mauritius, is about stamp collecting. And A Comedy of Tenors by Ken Ludwig is keeping the comedies alive here. So this is a farce, and it is, let's see here. It's a sequel, and really, really funny. So it's good. And obviously now we don't know what the last play is. It's not Equus anymore. So that's interesting. Hopefully we'll find that out at a later date. Oh, yes. Well, he's eating. So bear with us here. See if we can find some people here. Oh, no, eating. No. All right. Oh, yes. Boom. Anyone want to chat? No. Oh! If they're not eating, I'm not going to pressure them. See what you can find. I'll stay here. I'll man the camera. It's hard when there's good food out back there. They want to eat, because I'm sure all they've had is bananas on stage or peanuts. Those are the two foods groups that they're allowed to eat on stage. Locked in a room, no phone calls, doors locked, bananas, peanuts, and writing this 1,000-page book. Oh, and here he is right here, the producer himself. Hello, Eli. How are you?
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you again. A fine performance. I really enjoyed.
Thank you.
Having gone to film school, I really enjoyed your take on how is a film made. Money. You need the money first. So
that's right.
Just, I guess, talk about your experience with the whole production.
It was a lot of fun, a lot of hard work. I talk a lot.
You do.
Got to keep everything straight and bring the passion of a movie maker who's cutthroat,
Right.
but has a love for it, and that has to come through,
Right.
or I'm just a jerk.
Which I do see that passion from you.
Well, thank you.
The movie has to get made my way. I want it made, or else there's a lot on the line.
Right, yeah, and I spoke of this once before in our talk back we had last week. There are certain people in arts that start out to make the best thing of that thing.
Right.
I saw a documentary on Bruce Springsteen, and he wanted to make Born on the Run to be the best rock album ever made.
Right.
And he did. It's the top 5 or 10. And Selznick said, I'm making the greatest picture of all time.
Yeah.
And it's top 5, top 10. And to have an artist state that in the beginning of a process, and I'm going to make the best movie, and then do it, and he does.
Go through with it.
It is astounding to me that they have such self-awareness and drive to get that done. Whereas sometimes you think, something happens and it's like, well, I don't know, it was kind of dumb luck. Sometimes it is dumb luck, but sometimes that was the goal.
Right.
And to achieve that and attain that, and what Selznick did with Gone with the Wind, and other movies too. That's not. He certainly has a catalog.
Yeah, but taking that 1,000-page book and making it a screenplay, and then I thought the funny part was at the end going, I need your shot list by tomorrow. Right. Oh, great! Now I got to take this whole thing and make a whole shot list for everything. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, you think that doesn't stop today?
No, it keeps going.
We got to go.
I really loved your banter in the beginning with Natalie.
Oh, great.
When is he here yet? Is he not?
Yeah.
That was very funny. I really liked that.
Yeah, that's like a certain style of the Precious Sturgis comedies that try to be funny.
I did notice your hair didn't progress as wildly as some other
No, Selznick hair does not move.
No. Producer hair stays.
Stays the same.
I thought.
That was my theme. My hair does not
rock hard.
It is there. My shirt may become disheveled. My shorts may be bunched up, but my part is straight.
Stays rock solid.
You can drive a car right down the middle of that and not hit any shaft of hair.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us.
Oh, it was a great pleasure.
I enjoyed it. So
thank you for
have
coming.
a great run.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good night.
Okay, bye-bye.
So that was Eli, and he was playing Mr. David O. Selznick, the producer, Mr. O. Selznick of the 30s and 40s. So great job he did. See if we can snag a few others, but again, having refreshments. So I'm going to take a water break. Hold on one second. Grab some water here. It's down here. There it is. Thirsty. All this talking, you know. So hopefully you all at home, if you're watching, having a fine evening. And we'll probably wrap this up here in just a few minutes, see if we can find someone. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? What's that? If he's willing. Thank you. It's nice that Janet's helping me pull some actors to talk to. Now remember, Paul was in some of the shows last year, The Council of Tramp Sweetheart, and we spoke to Mr. Dan Silver before the show. They went to school together, so that's pretty cool, very interesting. So good connection to have there. So Paul played Ben Hecht, the screenwriter, famous Mr. Ben Hecht screenwriter, in this production, and did a fine job. I think it's quite funny, but also Ben Hecht really stands on his morals. What's it? Oh, right here. Right here, sir.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
How are you?
Good to see you, Paul.
It's very good to be seen, thank you.
You were in last year. I was just talking to the folks, whoever's watching.
Hello, folks.
Hello, live
Hello,
here.
folks.
So you were in Council...
The Council, the Tramp, and America's Sweetheart.
Yes, you played a nasty German.
I did.
Yes.
That's a matter of perspective. No, I played a Nazi. It's absolutely true.
Okay, that's
true. What makes
that's
this
true.
so bizarre is the fact that I played a Nazi last year, and this year I'm playing a Zionist.
Right. So
I have range, man.
Broad range.
That's right.
So I was speaking to Dan before the show.
Yes.
And he said you two went to school together.
That's right.
So
I am class of 1982 from Boston University.
Excellent.
Danny Silver was class of 1981.
81.
We were just talking about the fact that we did The Servant of Two Masters together.
Okay.
We actually shared the stage.
Excellent.
Yeah. I mean, it's very nice actually to be reunited with Danny Silver, and we also went to school with Tom Ferguson, who is a local actor as well.
Know Tom very well.
So matter of fact, I stay with Tom and Paul Michael when I'm in town.
Excellent.
Oh, I love them.
Oh, they're great people. They're great.
Absolutely.
They're great. So talk to us about your role. Obviously, you played Ben Hecht, famous screenwriter.
Absolutely, the prototypical screenwriter,
yes.
right?
You really stood your grounds as the Mr. Ben Hecht.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is that Hecht is every bit the radical Zionist that he's sort of. I mean, at this point in life, he's only growing into that. But by the 40s and by the end of the war, he's become a serious radical Zionist and is lobbying for destroying English settlements so that Israel can be created. And there's actually one of the refugee ships that came over with refugees for Israel was named the SS Ben Hecht because of the money that he raised for Jewish relief. And they did a huge tour during the war, a pro-Jewish tour. And so there's so much civil rights rhetoric and pro-Jewish rhetoric and in this play, and I think it's all very, very valid because he felt that way.
Absolutely.
But he's also prototypical screenwriter in that he could write in a matter of a week or two. Basically, he prided himself on being able to finish the screenplay in less than 18 days. But he wrote, he had a hand in Notorious, Gunga Din, as well as having written the very first gangster movie that became the prototype for all gangster movies. And he wrote Scarface, and he wrote The Front Page, which was then changed. He rewrote it to be His Gal Friday and Notorious, and I mean the list is
well. It's
huge.
really nice for you guys as actors, at least the three gentlemen in this production, that you have some actual real person to look back on how would that person feel at that moment.
Well, it's a fascinating challenge because I wrote this the other day that you do as much research as you can. But what you really need is in the play. And so what you need is in the play, and what you want is in the research.
Right.
So if you can only read the play, then you should be just fine.
Right.
But if you feel it's immense responsibility to historical characters to try and give them their day as well.
Oh, absolutely.
And, I mean, in this case, there's no villain in this piece, so everybody, you just want to do as good a job as you can because they deserve. I mean, I don't know if anybody knows who Ben Hecht is. I was just watching Turner Classic Movies the other night, and back to back were two Ben Hecht films. They didn't even mention it. They mentioned why. But I'm like, he wrote both of those screenplays. It happens all the time. I mean, Hecht wrote an enormous amount of
Right.
screenplays,
As
as well as
yeah.
directing about 4 films.
That's what Eric Peterson was saying. He had a career way into even to the 60s.
Absolutely.
And he kept going.
Yeah. He
Very
actually
impressive.
even wrote an initial draft of Casino Royale
Well, you were
as a
saying
James
that.
Bond
You were saying
movie.
that.
Yep.
Yes.
And which they was before it was changed into a comedy. So he actually wrote a James Bond film. And my other favorite is he wrote The Thing from Outer Space. In addition to all these gangster movies and reporter movies,
Wide
and he could write
variety.
anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely anything. Yeah.
So it sounds like he just needed Daniel Craig and they would be good to go. Or in that
Yeah.
case, Sean Connery, he'd
yeah.
be good to go.
Yeah. Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
But good. Well, hey, great job.
My
I
pleasure.
enjoyed it.
Thank you so much
You're
for coming. It's
you're
always a
welcome.
pleasure to see
Yes.
you, too.
Yes,
All right,
absolutely.
cool.
Well, thank you so much.
You bet.
Have a good night, Paul.
Thanks.
All right, so we have 3 out of the 4 there. I don't know if we can grab Mr. 4. He's right there. Ooh, he's eating. I don't know if we bother him, but ooh, why don't you, oh, right. Oh, he's coming over. All right, let him eat. Finish up. So we're gonna speak to. Actually, oh, hello. There he is. There you are. So you played Mr. Victor Fleming.
That's right.
And that is great. So you also directed 39 Steps last year.
That's right. Yes.
Very, very, very funny play.
thank you.
I thoroughly enjoyed that
Yeah.
so much. So maybe I'm just having those guys talk about maybe your process with this play. What was maybe easy parts, hard parts? You changed your physical appearance from last week.
I did.
You
Yes,
had
I had
a goatee,
and
now you have
it was
a nice.
gray.
Yes.
I actually usually no hair at all on
Right.
top. So I've been growing this out and
okay.
dyed it.
Okay.
Yes. I don't look anything like the real Victor Fleming, so I decided I needed to at least do something that looks a little more 1930s.
Right. Well, you
rather
came
than
in. I was
goatee.
like, boy, he has definitely changed his appearance. That's good. But I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so that's part of the process, I suppose.
Right.
It's funny that directing 39 Steps last year and this year there's some real similarities in that it's all about timing and pace. That one is though much more choreographed. 39 Steps was highly choreographed. And so we ran little bits over and over and over to tighten them and to get them working. This play, we actually did a lot more of like running the entire play, sort of feeling the arc of the play from beginning to end, rather than little bits. We certainly worked like the slap scene and some of the couple of moments, but overall it was much more feeling this journey. It's hard to, the second act, I'm going to give it away, but the second act, they're exhausted. Right. But just to jump into that is not easy. So having that first act sort of preparing you for that, and by becoming so exhausted by the second act is a little easier.
Right. I love the progression you guys have is funny, as well as the set progression too.
Yes.
Was very good. I did talk to Eli. I said, I noticed everyone else's hair got a little more ragged, but his tended to just stay.
Yeah, well, he's very dashing.
He's a producer, yeah. So he's got the money. So,
right.
But did you enjoy playing such a famous director?
Yeah.
I mean, it's I guess it's a lot of. He's got a lot of clout, as it were.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I've actually ever played a real person before. I did do a musical 1776 about the signing of the Declaration.
Oh, cool.
But those guys, no one knows them. They're long gone, But so it was interesting to do all the research and learn about these guys and learn about their history and how important they were and how much clout they had in the early days of Hollywood and the movies.
Yeah, it is very fascinating. I think it's really interesting to see and hear the early days of Hollywood. How were things done? And,
right.
So
and this is a play that not only gives you some history, but also some really interesting insight into the collaborative process and creation process and all of that. Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Nathan, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Go enjoy some food.
Yes, I will.
And great job. Great job. Thank you. All right. So there. Can you believe that? We got the whole cast. Thank you to Janet for wrangling them, because I know they want to enjoy their food and stuff. So I think now I'm going to stop talking and let you all enjoy your evening and weekend. But thank you for tuning in to Oldcastle's opening night post-show here. It would be Willie Jones signing you off, but it's me, unfortunately, so you'll have to deal with that. So Moonlight, Magnolias, fun play about the writing of Gone with the Wind, and this is how it actually happens. So if you come see it, you'll probably be like, wow, that's how they wrote probably one of the most famous movies ever made. So if you're curious how it's written and you don't know, I want to come see it. So for more information, you can call Oldcastle 447-0564 for that. I bid you adieu. Have a fine evening. Thank you for watching.